All right, major shout out to the Bengineer Buccaneers cheerleader squad. Good evening, good people. I'm Theo Dorsey from ESPN 106.3, and this is ESPN West Palm High School Game Day on the Sports Zone. Well, folks, this is it, the final week of the regular season across the FHSAA, and no game more highly anticipated than first-ranked Cardinal Newman at fifth-ranked Palm Beach Central. They were talking on Twitter or X or whatever you call it. Both teams entered with one loss. It's the first time these two have met since 2008, and Cardinal Newman wasted no time in making up for lost time. The Crusaders already up 14-0 in the second quarter, and as we near the end of the first half, Nashawn Montgomery fielding a punch, shaking a defender off, and just plain outruns the Broncos. His second touchdown of the night. Newman led 21-zip at the half. Check out this montage of sacks from the Crusaders. They were in the backfield, more often than heck. Palm Beach Central was able to be in the backfield themselves. The Crusaders defense allowed less than 9 points per game this year entering this match. No team has scored 20 points on them in a single outing, and that wouldn't change tonight. 28-7 the final. Cardinal Newman plants their flag on the Broncos field, closing the season 8-1. That's 13 straight road wins for the Crusaders dating back to September of 2021. Final home game of the season meant senior night for the Benjamin School. The Bucks putting Kings Academy to the test, and I'd have to say the Lions never stood a chance in this one. Look at that touchdown. Amari Williams from Jaden Vega. Benjamin getting it done through the air, on the ground. Amari Williams, Baron Ryba, Chauncey Bowens all finding the end zone as the Bucks handle their business at home, 48-14. Kings Academy with their first loss since week 1 of the regular season. Both teams finished the year at 8-2. Gotta love that. And they're going to be hoping to head to the postseason. One of the best rivalries in all of sports taking place tonight. Glade Central visiting Pahokee in the annual Muck Bowl. The Raiders kept this one close early. It was actually tied at 14 at one point in the first half. But then the number 2 player on the top 63 list, Hardly Gilmore, the 4th. Well, he had enough of that. Check this out right here. The Kentucky commit, he had his way. Nearly 300 all-purpose yards. And with Anquan Bolden in the building, an Anquan Bolden-inspired performance. He found the end zone on the field time after time on the field named after the Blue Devil legend. Pahokee wins this one 55-22. They've now won 3 straight Muck Bowls, the first time they've done that since '07. And the Blue Devils are able to do it against their crosstown rivals.
We're going to play in them lines, fellas. We're going to play in them lines. We're going to play ball in them lines. You get what I'm telling you? Yes, have fun. Turn up. Celebrate with your dog. Do it on our side. We got that? Yes, we got to send these boys out the right way tonight. Senior night. That's the first thing. We got that? Yes,
Coach Murray telling the guys, do it for the seniors. And you know what? The second-ranked Eagles did just that tonight. Junior quarterback Lincoln Graff had 3 touchdown passes and a touchdown run, all in just the first half. Got to get the scoring out the way early, and then the defense going to get in the mix for Atlantic. They wrap up their regular season with a huge 44-21 win over St. Lucia's. Look at that. The hits, the fumble, the recovery. That's complimentary football. They've won 9 straight games at home as they head into the postseason at 9-1 overall. St. Lucia's falls to 7-3. They got to wait for the weekend to find out their postseason fate. More seniors, not juniors. The seniors in Jupiter. Actually, all the seniors right there. The refs wanted a party at the coin toss. South Fork coming into town to take on the Tribe, but senior Jai Morgan decided to do it himself. He'd have 2 touchdowns in the first half. The Warriors jump out to a 24-zip lead. South Fork wouldn't let this one go away easily. It wouldn't be enough, though, as they climb back into it, but Jupiter holds on to win 34-24 to go an impressive 9-1 on the season. That's right, Jupiter High, 9-1. They won the district. We'll see who they have in the playoffs next week. From Thursday night, Martin County, their seniors looking to graduate from Stewart with a perfect record against Jensen Beach. And if you love offense, well, close your eyes. It was all defense in this one. The 10th-ranked Falcons breaking the scoreless tie with just 5 seconds left in the half right there. But then the Tigers defense, they say, hold on, I want to get in on the party. Interception, and they take this thing all the way back to the house. But it's a Jensen Beach lifer. Dennis Palmer wrapping things up right here. The late score, that would do it. Jensen wins it 14-7. First win in this series since 2019. They finished the regular season at 9-1. Next stop, postseason.
You busts his tail. He works hard. He's a good student. I think he's one of the most underrated running backs in the state of Florida. Maybe sometimes somebody will pay attention to him now and realize this kid he's a dude. You know, he's a Power 5 back. This kid can play. But for him to do that, you know, at his dad's alma mater, you understand what I mean? And with everybody in the stands, and it's a big game, and it's a rivalry game, was huge.
Special running back, that Dennis Palmer. In Fort Pierce, the Panthers of Fort Pierce Westwood hosting district champion Boca Raton. And the Panthers continue to shine at Lawnwood Stadium. The Chris Coquel-led bunch. We got Todd Jackson with 3 rushing touchdowns for the Panthers. Fort Pierce Westwood slinging that ball around the yard, putting on a show for the fans, and also getting some big-time interceptions like that one. They win it 26-7, improved to 6-1 on their home turf this year. I actually thought that was a catch, the way he fielded that interception. They're expected to be in the postseason just 2 years after going winless. Boca Raton, they're going to live to see another day. They find out Sunday who they'll face in the first round of the postseason. We've got way more action, and we got a special drumline performance coming up for you. Stick around in the Sports Zone.
You're watching ESPN West Palm High School Game Day.
Yeah, gotta love it. Shout to the Atlantic Eagles drumline, and Atlanta got the big win tonight. Now, last night we had one team actually facing off in the final game of their season, but it wasn't just a regular season game. It was for a state championship. For that, we take you out to Oxbridge as they're playing for the SSAC 3A state title in their first varsity season since 2017. Thunderwolves hosting St. Joseph, already up 28-0. Well, we get a toe-tapping interception from Edmire St. Jean. The kid's only a freshman, too. Already making big plays in the biggest game of the year. Ensuing possession, the icing on the cake, Remy Dorsey. No relation to me. He runs better than I ever have. He spells it different as well, and that's a house call. After opening the season with 5 straight losses, Oxbridge closes the year with 4 in a row and a 35-0 win in their first state title victory. They outscored their opponents in their final 4 games, 183-19, and didn't allow a single point in the playoffs.
You know, the narrative on our team early was their own 5, and, you know, they're not worth anything, but to, you know, rewrite that narrative in season, it's special for us. And to win the last one, it just allows you to have some positive momentum going into the off season, going into the summer. And, you know, we did it the right way.
Let's go to senior night in Wellington. They were hosting Seminole Ridge, who, well, they've beaten in each of the last 2 years. They want to make it 3 in a row for the guys graduating. But the 2023 Hawks, they've been playing with an edge all season, especially on the road, where they've only dropped 1 game. And, well, they did it again. Seminole Ridge wins big, 35-0. It's, in fact, their 5th shutout of the season. Now, mind you, they only played 10 games, meaning the defense pitched the shutout in every other outing. We'll see if the 7-3 Hawks record will be good enough for a postseason bid. All right, now, defensive junkies, get your popcorn ready with this one. Boynton Beach and Lake Worth, and I really do mean defensive junkies. You got to be a defensive sicko to love this one. Scoreless late in the 3rd before the Trojans break it open with a field goal, and then drama late in the 4th. Lake Worth was knocking on the door of the end zone, but they put the ball on the ground. Boynton Beach gets it, and look at this play. Trying to toss up some trickeration. The halfback pass, but Bobby Smith is taken down in the end zone for a safety. A safety. You want to know the final score to this one? 5-0. Yeah, that's not a typo. That's not a graphic error. 5-0, Lake Worth wins it. Their first time since 2015 they've knocked off Boynton Beach. The Gators of Palm Beach Gardens visiting Park Vista tonight. The Cobras shooting out of that tunnel. It's always a fun time, right? Up and down regular season for Gardens, and they're going to end it on a high note. They win this one 31-13. They finished the regular season at 6-4. Now, they endured some injuries on both sides of the ball, but they've always had that steady defense. It showed up for them tonight. They've got wins in 4 of their last 5 games. They've now beaten the Cobras in 3 of their last 4 meetings.